Hey guys, I'm John Setzler. Welcome back to Atlanta Grill Company. I recently was provided some of the Urban Slicer Pizza Worx pizza dough mixes by the guys down at Atlanta Grill Company. There's 3 different ones of these, and I'm going to make some video content using each of them, but we're going to start out today using the Neapolitan recipe, and we're going to cook this on the Roccbox pizza oven. So let's get started. The first thing I want to do here is get our dough mixed up, and I am using this Urban Slicer's Pizza Worx Neapolitan style dough mix today, and this dough is packaged so that it is set up to make 2 13 to 14 inch pizzas that it lists down here. I'm going to make 2 smaller pizzas since I'm cooking in the Roccbox, so I have adjusted my ingredients quantities a little bit here to accommodate that. Normally you would use this entire package in 1 cup of water, so I'm using a little bit less than the entire package and a little bit less than 1 cup of water, and I'm going to make 2 11 to 12 inch pizzas. And I've got my dough mix in there, and I'm just going to add the water, and we're going to let the Kitchenaid knead that dough for about 8 to 10 minutes. And after about 9 minutes in the Kitchenaid, that's what your dough is going to look like. So we're going to stop that, and then I'm going to get the dough out onto our work surface. Okay, I've taken my dough out, and I've cut it into 2 equal size pieces. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shape this a little bit. This dough is slightly sticky. I just want to get it kind of shaped into a dough ball with a tight skin across the top, about like that. And then we're going to take, I've got a little plastic container here that I've put a little bit of olive oil in, and I'm going to take that dough and kind of toss it there, and I'm going to do the same thing with this other dough ball. I'm just going to get it tightened up just like that, where we got a nice tight skin across the top, and roll it around in my container. It's got a little bit of olive oil in it. Flip it over, and what we're going to do now is I'm just going to put the lids on these guys, and the package for this mix says to let this stuff rise for 2 to 4 hours. I'm not real sure how much yeast is in there or how long that's going to take, but when I watched this video online, it didn't take that long. I think he may have gone 2 hours. So we're going to let this stuff, you can let this stuff sit out at room temperature, and you're just basically looking for it to double in size. So we're going to do that and see how long it takes. Okay, while that dough's rising, we've got about an hour or 45 minutes or so to go. I'm going to go ahead and get the Roccbox fired up because we want this guy to get screaming hot, so it takes it a little while to warm up. When this guy's up to temperature, I want that thermometer to be well into the red. The bottom end of that's about 750 Fahrenheit and the top end's about 930, and we want to be up over, I'm going to say, at least 800 degrees for this cook. 850, 900, good range for a Neapolitan pizza. So we'll have a look at that before we start cooking too. Okay, my dough's risen. I'm not sure if we can really tell how much. It's risen a good bit. I let this go for a little over 2 hours, and I was proofing it in an environment that was about 80 degrees Fahrenheit. So what I want to do next is get an ample amount of flour on my work surface. I like to have a good bit when I'm working with these, and what I'm going to do is also sprinkle just a little bit in on top of that, and then I'm just going to lightly pull on that to roll that out of there. I don't really want to degas that dough completely, and I'm going to flour my hands a bit, and I want to kind of shape that, make it fairly round, and then I'm going to press this dough out. I'm going to shape it into a pizza. And when I get that shaped out to about 12 inches where I want to get on my pizza peel with it. So I'm going to bring that up onto my peel where I can work with that and top it. I want to make sure I've got a little slide there. So what I'm going to do next is put on some of my pizza sauce. And earlier video this week I showed you how to make this sauce, and I forgot to tell you, if you've got sauce that's in the refrigerator, take it out and give it a chance to come up to room temperature before you top your pizza with it. So we're going to round up there with a very light topping of the pizza sauce. And one of my personal preferences at this stage is I want to grate on just a little bit of fresh parm. And I really like this Sartori parm. This is a Sarvecchio Parmesan. It's really good. I don't want to put a whole lot of it on there. And then we're going to come in with some small slices of our fresh mozzarella. And this guy is ready to go. And one thing I forgot is I want to drizzle on just a little bit of extra virgin olive oil on the top of that. And now we're ready to go to the grill. And as you can see, this guy's screaming hot. I'm saying about 875 there. So let's get this pizza in. And I'm going to set my camera up here and just let you watch this entire cook as we cook it. This is going to take less than 2 minutes. So we'll let it start and we will just watch it. And we're going to turn it a little bit as we go once that dough starts to cook. We're at about 20 seconds. You can see that dough starting to bubble up in the back already. We're at about 30 seconds almost. And we'll just turn it. We're coming up on a minute. Yeah, this is looking good. We're at about a minute 15. Yep, we're bringing this one out. And let me set this down, we'll have a look. And I've topped this guy with a couple of pieces of basil, and what you have there is a really nice Neapolitan style pizza. That crust looks perfect. So I'm going to cut some pieces of this one and we'll take a look at the cross section. And from here you can see how nice this looks on the edge. That looks absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to cook the other one. This is going to be our dinner tonight, and then I'll be back to talk about how this tastes. Okay, we had these pizzas for dinner tonight, and I'm really impressed with the quality of the pizza crust that came from a Just Add Water dough mix. I don't think I've ever had a Just Add Water dough mix before for a Neapolitan pizza, and this pizza had a great flavor. It cooked very well on the Roccbox, and let me go on to say, first of all, that Neapolitan pizza is an art, and it's an art that I've never mastered. I've not become an expert at making Neapolitan pizzas. It's something I strive to get better at, and this one came out really well. I was impressed with how well it came out. The Roccbox makes it kind of easy to get to the temperatures you need for that style if you want to do it by the traditional method. But you can cook this pizza at lower temperatures for longer times. The instructions on the back talk about cooking for 8 to 10 minutes at 500 degrees, or 2 to 4 minutes from 700 to 900 degrees, which is right on the money. And you always want to cook this style of pizza on a hot pizza stone, so you need to preheat your pizza stone with whatever method you choose to cook a pizza like that. So Urban Slicer Pizza Works, I'm going to give that an A+. I think that's a bargain. $6.99 for 2 larger pizzas, or 3 pizzas. The size that I cooked here is just not bad at all if you don't want to mix your own dough. So I've got 2 more of these, and I may do a bonus video this week as well and go ahead and knock out that Detroit style pizza, because Detroit style pizza is one of my favorites, and I have gotten good at making those, and I'm really excited about seeing how this one comes out. So stay tuned for the Detroit pizza cook. I'm going to cook the Urban Slicer mix on that one as well. We're going to cook that one in the Alpha wood-fired oven. So until next time, this is John Setzler with Atlanta Grill Company.